Hey, everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today we're going to be going over the easy way to get scrap in the console version of Rust. This isn't going to be the quickest way to get scrap, but this is going to be an easier, chill way to get scrap for those of you who just aren't really playing the game that hard or getting in late to a wipe. What you're going to find is when you get into the game and it's late into a wipe or whatever like that, you're going to be fighting people with guns. All you've got is a bow if you're running monuments and it's a high population server. The monuments are going to be out of boxes and everything like that, and it's just going to suck, right? So this is a way to counteract that and get a good start in this game. Also, if you're wondering, I've got a video before this going over an awesome technique that you can use when you're building a base, and I'm going to have some more videos in the future going over easy ways to get started in Rust and sort of go around a lot of the players and a lot of the places that you're typically going to run into these sort of unfair situations where you're approaching it with just really shitty gear. So yeah, hit subscribe if you're interested in that, and let's get into it. So first things first, what you're going to want to do is break open one of these red barrels. You're going to get low grade and oil. With that oil, what you're going to want to do is take some wood and go to a refinery. You can find these at Harbor or around any clan base. There are a lot of monuments, but Harbor I like because it's right on the shoreline. So go to Harbor, refine the oil for a little bit. You're going to get like 20 low grade total. Once you've got that, run along the shoreline, find a boat, push that boat into the water, put some fuel into the boat, start that boat up, and now you're off to the races. So at this point, you're just heading out to sea, and then once you get it far enough out to sea, you're going to start looking for platforms. So what you're going to find is platforms in Rust or out at sea are going to have a bunch of barrels, and the really sort of decent ones are going to have a toolbox or a sort of just box there, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to these platforms and just loot them. So you bang the you bang the barrels open. The red barrels are going to give you low grade. So early on, once you first get out to sea, I always stop and bang those things open first. Also, when you're approaching with the boat, approach it straight on. If you go at a side, the boat could flip and then you just lose the boat and you're stuck on a platform, which really sucks. So say thank you to D11 for making that bug a reality. Once you've gone out, banged a few barrels, opened a few boxes, what you're going to find is you get some sort of melee weapon. Now you can do things a lot faster. And eventually, once you keep at this long enough, you're going to be able to get a nice sort of set of snorkeling or just diving gear. What this is going to be is a wetsuit, an oxygen tank, some flippers, and a dive mask. Once you've got that, jump into the water, especially with that mask on. Now you've got a really increased line of sight when you're underwater. Use that increased line of sight to find boxes that are underwater, hidden underwater. These boxes are what actually contains some really good loot, and if you're really sort of using this method and you want to go to a T2 or T3 sort of workbench, this is how you're going to get the majority or the lion's share of that scrap. So find your boxes underwater with your goggles, drive your boat over, and then you're going to go ahead and untie those boxes. A box like this is going to have a lot of the really good loot in it, and then there's some smaller boxes that aren't going to have the greatest stuff. But something like this is where you're going to be able to find satchels and things that you can actually use to get a really decent start on the mainland. So yeah, untie your boxes, you swim to the top of the water, and then you can sort of open your boxes. Right here, I just want to pause to let you know, if you do get stuck in the water swimming, the easiest way to get out of it is just back your character up and then go forward again. It's the most ridiculous thing, but it actually does work. There's a lot of weird bugs with the water, but once you sort of get used to it, you can get around them really fast. And what this is going to mean is now when you're fighting someone in the water, you're actually much better off than they are. If you don't have goggles or you don't have that far of a visibility, you're going to be looking for that bottle that I just showed you right above the water. When you see one of those bottles, generally what that means is there's a boat underneath. You can dive down to the boat. Once you're on the boat, you again untie the crates, pop those crates up to the surface, and then you open them up. Also, some spaces that have crates or have sort of hidden treasure aren't going to be marked. So it's really important once you've got those goggles on to look around and really take your time with it. There's not that many people out in the ocean, so you should be able to take your time, relax, and just find all those little hidden nooks and crannies that have loot there. Because this place that I found right here wasn't marked at all, and it had a total of, I think, like 10 crates that I was able to untie. That's a ton of scrap and a really good loot for me. Now, once you've got enough scrap and enough stuff, what you're going to want to do is go to a monument where you can refine things. I like to do Lighthouse because there's actually a nice little, not glitch, but a second way to get up to the top of Lighthouse that a lot of people don't know. Also, once you're on top of the Lighthouse, you can sort of maintain a nice field of view and make sure that no one sneaks up on you. So first things first, I always like to leave a little bit of low grade in my boat. The reason I'm doing this is so I can make a fast escape if I need to. Now for the Lighthouse, you run up these stairs right here. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to jump onto this railing and then you can just jump right here, and bing, bang, boom, you're on the top just like that. I think this was something that was first showed off by Posty on Twitch. I could be wrong about that though. Anyways, once you've gotten up there, you go to this recycler, you dump all your loot in, you recycle it, and now you're going to have a ton of scrap, a ton of resources, and you can head back to your base with a good amount of stuff. So you can see this run, I managed to get 500 scrap, which allowed me to research these two things, which I also found on this run, a satchel charge and a bean can grenade. Actually, I didn't find these on this run. I found the satchel charge on this run and the bean can I had from a run before. But the 500 scrap was about what I got over, I think, an hour and a half of running this, which isn't too bad in my opinion, especially considering I didn't run into any other players and I didn't have to defend myself. So yeah, that's how you can get scrap the easy way in Rust. It's a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. It's not the best way to get it, but for someone who's new, it's a really good experience and a really good intro to the game because you can actually get some blueprints, get some gear, and get started the right way. Also, just a quick tip, there is a cargo section in the boat, so if you run out of room, you can stick stuff in there. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. I appreciate the fact that all of you took the time to watch this video. Hopefully it did help. If it helped you out, hit the like button, share the video. If it didn't help you out, just hit the dislike button, because I want to know if these videos are helping people and if I should be making more of them or if I should be going on to a different topic or covering something else. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support, everybody hitting like, subscribe, and everything like that. So I'm not going to waste your time. Until next time, peace.